Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So we've got a couple of things going on at Jules Blessed Vegan, JBV for those in the know. First, we are doing a happiness challenge. We're literally from Thanksgiving to Christmas, we are finding ways to enjoy happiness, spread happiness, be happy, okay? And it always has to be intentional. You know, being happy is actually a choice. At the same time, I am doing the 12 days of abstinence for myself because, oh my goodness, I need to be clean. And so I appreciate you guys letting me to process my abstinence. And I have a really good article that I've been sharing called Strong Abstinence by Overeaters Anonymous. Okay, so today, it was the intent that you do something helpful for a friend or family member. That was spreading happiness for day 8. As always, it doesn't matter if you're just joining us. You're right on time. Use any of these for happiness. Have I done that yet? Well, I was definitely supportive of my husband in a crisis this morning, which I will not go into. And I know that he really appreciated my support of that. Because I'm working from home, because I got a cold. I have to admit it, I got a cold. And I have no business spreading that. I don't necessarily have access to friends and family per se, but I consider my animals my family. And one thing that I definitely did for my horses was I put their blankets on because it was only 26 degrees. But because I'm home, I was able to take them off and let them just enjoy the day because it's going to get up to 70 something. But tomorrow morning, it's only supposed to be 17 degrees. Hello. So I will absolutely put those blankets back on. No matter how I'm feeling, I will do that. So that's me taking care of my family. It's my animal family, but still. That said, tomorrow's happiness goal is another good one. They're all free. Jump on board, people. Is notice when you're hard on yourself or others and be kind instead. I really appreciate that they include yourself, you know what I mean? Because kindness really has to start with how we're treating ourselves. And then inevitably, it like throwing one of those rocks that skims on the lake, you know, that makes ripples. And starting with kindness for ourselves allows us to be a little more gentle with others as well. So notice when you're hard on yourself or others and be kind instead. You might have to take a break, you know, step out of the room, come back and readdress it. You might have to take some 4-4-4 breathings where you breathe in 4, hold 4, exhale for 4, and make another choice, whatever works. I will absolutely be aware of that. Okay, that said, on to my strong abstinence, which is something that I'm absolutely going for. Because it's only lunch recess, I'm afraid I'm going to have to sleep later because of this cold. So I wanted to get you guys done during lunch recess. And I am already intermittent fasting, so it's all good. I'm not going to do my checklist. I presume that I will stay completely clean. I absolutely know that. I'm clean right now. I have a plan. I wrote out my food. I'm going to honor that food. Last night for a second, I almost changed the food that I'd written. And then I was remembering my urge jar and the rules for the urge jar, which is that you actually make your food 24 hours in advance and you stay to it, because that primal brain will start throwing a fit if you change your mind. And then, of course, the little monkeys love to chatter when there's change in a plan because they see it as a window to cause trouble. So I pre-wrote my food and I'm going to stick with what I wrote down, and I'm happy to do it. Again, these were writing exercises, but I've turned them into talks. And for number 4, day 4 is why do I think abstinence is important? And again, abstaining from whatever it is that ails you. Alcohol, sex, food, pills, behaviors, right? It might be being overly codependent with someone, whatever it is. It's abstaining from what ails you, okay? So why do I think abstinence is important? Well, for me, as I have a cold right now, I mean, colds happen, right? I'm very careful. I'm wearing a mask, but inevitably I have to go out into the world, whether it's grocery shopping or whatever, and I can definitely get a cold. What I know is that when I'm abstinent, when I'm eating clean, when I'm eating vegan and raw vegan in particular, even though I may encounter a cold, I may even contract the COVID at some point, I will have a much better chance of healing and far more quickly if I am honoring my abstinence. My friend Tanny Raw, I'll call her my friend Tanny Raw, who is on every social media platform for health, she always says that eating right is the easiest thing she does. Like, life is hard enough. She's going to focus and make sure that her food is in order so that everything else in life that comes at her will be easier to address. And I find that to be true. Yes, I'm going to get a cold, but it'll probably be gone in 2 or 3 days instead of what used to be 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and inevitably would lead to antibiotics and my asthma kicking up and on and on. And now it's just a couple of days because my body has the nutrients that it needs. I'm not putting in toxic waste, and I have a much better chance of healing and far more quickly. So abstinence for me, though, it's not just food. It's a mindset. It's a physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional picture. And so again, I have to be checking all the boxes, right? Because my food can be in order, but much like a dry drunk, and I'm familiar, if you're not actually working your plan of the entire body, then your food might be in order, but there may be chaos all around. And inevitably, that weight loss and that abstinence will not be sustained. It just won't. You will falter at some point because the rest of the spiritual and the mental and even the physicality of releasing negative energy in your body, or releasing stress, which causes inflammation in the body. All of those things in the big picture is why I believe abstinence is so important. It allows me to be my best self. It allows me to serve others, which is always a goal for me. It allows me to be accountable to people because I'm well enough to do it, and I'm happy for that. So those are some of the reasons I think abstinence is important. I would love to know what you guys think. As always, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you, what your thoughts are on abstinence. Do you see it as the entire picture, or do you accidentally just focus on one component and inevitably falter? And until we talk again, my friends, best of all, know that I will continue to care for myself, get rid of this cold, and know that you are blessed.